Ladies and gentlemen, please put in the comment section how ready for this you are, because we're ready, and welcome to the stage, Mr. Dan Roshan.
Thank you. Calm down, people. Calm down. Darren, calm down. It's okay. Welcome to day number 2 of the 5-day listing challenge. My name is Dan Roshan. I help real estate agents have no broke months. And I've got a new favorite friend. You guys know who my new favorite friend is? Jamie, because she's got the screensaver. Jamie, you're my new favorite. Yay, Jamie. Jamie's got the screensaver. You guys don't. She's the favorite. She brought me an apple. Anyways, welcome to day number 2 of the 5-day listing challenge. This class matters because the real estate market has become the toughest ever, and it will continue to do so. Big data, artificial intelligence, technology, commoditization, and within the next 30 days to 18 months, the economy are all impacting every one of you, every one of us. It doesn't matter how we feel about that. If it's raining outside, it doesn't matter how you feel about the rain. Yet, you have the opportunity. You have the choice. You can make the decision on, do I bring an umbrella or do I not bring an umbrella? You have the opportunity to be able to make a decision, just like you do as well in your real estate career. You've got choices, and we'll talk more about that the rest of this week. So I'd love to be able to hear you guys tell me about your experience, tell us about your experience. Excuse me. Some of us have completed the daily CPI mission. Some of you may not have. I saw a couple comments in there, curious about how to access the videos, that type of thing. And we'll make sure that Leslie's here to support you right immediately after the class today, if you're looking for technical help. It is in your email that you should have received yesterday, but Les will help you out with that here in a few moments. So I'm guessing that some of you've done the homework. I know who's done the homework because I get to see in the back office there. I can actually see you guys doing the work as you're doing it. And some of you have not done the homework, and I can see who's not done the homework as well. And if you've not done the homework, I strongly request that you do so today. Because if you wait until day 4 or day 5 and you say, okay, now I'm going to start putting this all together, it's going to be tough. Because even though it's simple and I give it to you in step-by-step manner, it's still, if you don't do the work today, it's going to be really, really hard to do it tomorrow. So this is my plea with you. If you've not gone to the CPI training portal already, do so today. You guys okay with that? All right, give me some feedback about your experience over the last 24 hours. Who did the work? Who has some challenges? Who has some outcomes that you're proud of? Please share with us, what did you learn? What was your experience? Feel free to take yourself off mute and just start talking. Who'd like to share first? Go ahead,
I'll
Michael.
go ahead. For the first one, I chose to do the Facebook lead generator. I kind of use it now, but kind of want to dive into it a little bit more. A lot of the I chose to's that we have to write down were pretty much the same that was down written in the notebooks itself. Just more of me wanted to do more training, learning, and whatnot from there. I found that I didn't really have any things that were really holding me back. It's just more training and, getting out there speaking to people.
Okay. Have you had an opportunity to speak to people over the last day?
No, actually, I go to work probably right after class. So I do I'm on a team, so we do a lot of calling.
Okay.
So I'll be doing that today.
Fantastic. All right. Good for you. Who else? Who'd like to share? What's your experience been over the last 24 hours? Who's done the work? Who hasn't done the work? What's your experience been? Who was able to find who you're going to choose to be, what you're going to choose to do, what you're going to choose to have.
Hey, this is Bridget. Can you hear me?
Hello, Bridget. Yes, we can.
How are you? I
Fantastic.
did not get a chance to get online or to log into the portal. Can you put in the chat the portal login site so I can go back? I have had some.
I think you just cut off there, Bridget. Yes, at the end of this class today, because each one of you have a unique user ID.
Right.
So it would be, so wait until the end of this class. We'll make sure that you can find the email that has that unique user ID. So if anybody else doesn't know how to get into the portal, hang tight. Immediately after this class, Leslie will show you how. Is that fair?
Thanks.
Okay. Bianca says her internet's not good today, so she can't speak. She chose her tactic, and we couldn't find where the training for the tactic was. Fantastic. Thank you for asking about that, Bianca. So the training for that tactic starts today. Okay, so we haven't yet. So yesterday was really about setting the foundation of what we're going to of who we're going to choose to be, and today we're going to start the tactic. So you'll get the training in today's portal where we'll start building on that. Is that fair? All right, hopefully that's good. All right, now you're not lost. You're with us. You're with us. All right, share with me one more about, and if you still can't figure out how to log in, again, just at the end of the class, we'll make sure that we walk you guys through that. You guys all good with that? I want to make sure we're here to support you, and we'll make sure that if anyone's having, if there's any challenges, we'll nail that down. I know a lot of people were able to access the work though. So who'd like to share with us about your experience over the last 24 hours? Who got into the work and did the homework? Look at Leo. I got two best friends.
This is Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
I've been doing this since 2003, but it always amazes me that by asking very pointed questions, it just makes you have to rethink and decide what it is that you really want to do. And the very pointed questions, like, why do I sell real estate? It's like, well, I'm a people person. And you're like, well, yeah, we all say we're a people person. And then you're like, well, what about that? And what's important? So it just, I'm learning this year that I do have to be more purposeful and quit following the shiny penny and just pick a couple things to really focus on. So it's a good exercise.
Sandy, did you come up with a different answer other than you're a people pleaser or why you sell real estate?
I came up with a more honest, which is, I like to nurture and I like to see results and be able to help people in doing something that we get to help people do something, to buy something, one of the most expensive things in their life. And it's nice to be able to see a result. And I used to do tech sales and it would take 2 or 3 years before you saw any results. And so sometimes it still takes 2 years to see results.
Yeah, no
but it's you just get to help people, and it's you like being liked. And so when you help somebody and you get to see the smile on their face, it's a good feeling. So
Did I hear you say you like being liked?
yep, I like being liked.
How honest is that?
That's what it comes to. That's
Right,
the honesty.
but-
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, does that have more power for you just to be, hey, I like being liked. That's why I do this.
I think I want you want to help people, but you want to be liked in the process.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's powerful. That's powerful. Thank you, Sandy, for sharing with us. That's I appreciate
Sure.
you. You're awesome. You're freaking awesome. Look at all those screensavers. Now it's like, if I have to pick a favorite, it's like Sophie's Choice. Now you guys are making my job hard. Jamie, you're still the favorite. Let's hear from one more person, then we'll dive into the content today.
I'll jump on, Dan. This is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Dan. I chose the FSBO track, and actually made 10 phone calls yesterday and got an appointment. So clearly, not a bad ratio, not a bad return, I guess.
I like it, my man. And I'm going to teach you how to The FSBO track that I'm going to teach you through is going to make it so you don't have to make those phone calls. How's that sound?
Even better.
I love that you're out there. All right, guys, if anybody needs any help, keep putting your messages in there. Leslie will help you if she could do it during the class. If not, we'll right after the class, we'll make sure we have your back. You guys good with that? All right, let's rock and roll. So I didn't tell you yesterday our manifesto, and I'm going to ask for you to join me in the manifesto today. Because when you join me in the manifesto, Michael, I love your background. You'll be able to get some energy, to get us excited, to get us rock and rolling, so that we can open up our brain waves, so we can learn. So I'm going to ask for you guys to take yourself off mute, and then as you take yourself off mute, we're going to say the manifesto together. So go ahead and take yourself off mute, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and when I get to 3, go ahead and just read that screen together with me. So 1, 2, 3. I know my why.
Why?
Know my why. I know
Way.
my way. Believe in
Believe
me.
in me.
Hey, kick-ass
I am a
CPI
agent. Woo! I need a woo. Can I get a woo? Can I get a woo? Come on. Woo is the fun part. Woo! Yeah, baby. All right. So another congratulations to our VIPs that had signed up over the last 24 hours. You guys are phenomenal. I look forward to having a conversation with you and doing a deep dive and helping you to discover your way. And when we talk on that one-on-one phone call, I'll be able to really help you to come up with a game plan. And right behind me on that stack right there, those are everyone that ordered the book yesterday, Real Estate Evolution. And so I just signed all those. So those will go in the mail later today. We'll throw some good stuff, some good fun stuff in there with the book as well. So if you've not already claimed your VIP slot, you can still do so today. It's the last call that I'll make for that. And because I know that one of two of you had messaged me asking, about it. And so go ahead and click on that link and you'll learn more about how we'll be able to help you. Today, let's talk about mindset. Consistent activity, perseverance, speed to lead, determination to never give up. Some of you may be saying, I don't have the skill set, Dan, that you have. I don't have the skill set to be able to be successful, to be able to have no broke months for 15, 16 years. Yet, we all do have different levels of skill set. I believe that my skill set is a good skill set, but I can tell you with certainty that my perseverance, my determination to never give up, they far outweigh my skill set. My mindset far outweighs my skill set. I already talked about the circumstance, big data, technology, artificial intelligence, commoditization. By the way, what is commoditization? You guys know what commoditization is, by the way? In the absence of a perceived value, the consumer will go to the lowest price product. Pretend these are both the same color. And these are the same pen, same color, and you're the consumer. Pen number 1's $1. Pen number 2's $10. Which of these do you buy? The cheaper one, right? That's commoditization. However, pen number 1, $1, and it's a little crappy big, big pen that's a disposable. And pen number 2 is a gold-plated, platinum tipped. George Washington used this pen, and that's for $10. Which one you buying? I'm buying the George Washington pen, right? So to be able, that's again an example of commoditization. In the absence of a perceived value, the consumer will always go to the lowest price point. So now that you know that, what do you have to then be able to communicate and convey to your people? A higher perceived value. Yep. And so right now, my belief system the evidence that I see is that you need to do more business today than ever before, because as technology is embraced, as artificial intelligence gets intertwined within our industry, as big data gets intertwined with our industry, is it too far-fetched right now for you to believe that in the near future, a bot is going to know when a consumer is getting ready to buy or sell a home before the buyer or the seller knows? Is that too far-fetched? And not only that, they're going to know what type of home that they want. Is it an open kitchen? Do they need 4 bedrooms? Because they already know that you're pregnant, right? The bots are going to know more about our consumer than we know. And then guess what's going to happen? Is it too far-fetched for us to believe and for us to think, yes, it is already happening, that now let's reach out and touch, and say, hey, by the way, I got this 4-bedroom home that you may be thinking about. And you're like, damn, I thought about that, but yeah, you know what? I am ready to upgrade. By the way, on Friday, immediately following this class, I'm going to do a 1-hour presentation about the impact of artificial intelligence in today's marketplace and what you could do about it. It's not a part of the 5-day class. I'm going to do it 1 hour from 1 to 2 on Friday. So mark that out, actually from 1 to 1:45 on Friday. So mark that on your calendars if you're interested. And the answer to this is not ChatGPT. The answer to this will surprise you. I'm going to show you on Friday how you can use your already existing database and how you can use trigger leads to be able to know when they're about to buy a home and how you can get pinged before they even know. So if you're interested, make sure you schedule that 1 to 1:45 on Friday. Who here has ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? Who's here read that book? Think and Grow Rich. What is the first part of that book's title? Think. It's our mindset. It's our belief system. We have got to understand that you've got to believe in yourself first, because all the tactics that you'll learn this week, or the tactic that you'll learn this week, and the strategy that you'll learn this week, it won't matter if you're not able to believe in yourself. I believe in you. So if you don't believe in yourself, borrow my belief. Because nearly a century ago, Napoleon Hill studied over 500 self-made millionaires. And this is millionaires when a millionaire would be like a billionaire. And these are people like Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Charles Schwab. And what did Napoleon Hill learn? He learned that success starts and ends with you. He shares in his book that mindset is more critical than skill set. And over the next 4 days, you're going to learn how to succeed, and you're going to learn how to have freedom of time and how to be able to have clarity in what you're doing. You're going to have a reputation for doing a fantastic job. But you may be saying, well, Dan, you're special. You can sell 100 homes a year. I've never done that. Remember, I'm just a formerly drunk waiter that figured out how to make sales. It's just about figuring out the activity, figuring out why you want to do it, which is what we talked about yesterday, and then taking small steps towards it every single day. We just passed over 187,000 downloads of our of the No Broke Months podcast. I'm sharing this with you to demonstrate, not to boast about the podcast, though I'm very, very proud of it. And we publish new episodes 7 days a week. I'm sharing this with you to show you the demonstration of, did we get from 0 to 190,000? Did we get that quickly? Not necessarily. But look at the left side of that. It was small, small, small progression. I don't know what the timetable on that slide is, but let's say halfway through, that looks like maybe a year or so. Let's say halfway through, I'm looking at the results, and the results are what they were. And let's say I gave up at that point. What happened after that? You guys see what happened after that? The results started going up. Let's say I wasn't happy with the results today and I gave up. I don't know what the results will be tomorrow. But I know that if I do the consistent activity for the No Broke Months podcast, day after day after day, that people will find it, people will tune in, and people will appreciate it. And it will continue to grow. The same way as I know if I take daily consistent activity in my sales business, that the results will show up as well. So again, the way to make this business work is simply, why do you sell real estate? We talked about that yesterday. Then you pick your how. We're giving you 3 tactics this week to choose from. I'm going to show you how to implement those 3 tactics this week. And then you take consistent action. Does that make sense to everybody? But guess what? The consistent action is such that you may not get immediate results. But I promise you, if you continue taking that action day after day after day, 5 days a week, it will. I guarantee it, in fact. I promise. I give you a 100% guarantee that that's going to happen. So, these questions that I want to share with you are questions that could, again, be a guiding light post for you in your business. And I share this with our community at pretty much at every end of my talks. Anytime that I talk, I share these phrases. I don't say what, I don't ask them, I put them in a sentence form. But these are the questions that I'm going to invite for you to ask yourself. I want you to write these questions down, because these questions will be paramount to your success. What am I grateful for today? I asked that question. I ask for you to ask yourself that question because gratefulness and negativity cannot coexist. We will all lose a deal. We'll all get hit in the gut. And we can either be upset about it or figure out, well, you know what? I'm grateful that I had the opportunity. We'll all go to a listing appointment and walk away from that listing appointment, and the other agent is going to get hired. You can say, well, that sucks. Or you can say, you know what? There's 18,000 agents that could have had that listing appointment. I was one of 2. I'll get the next one. What did I learn? Which of those is going to bring you greater power? Who will I help today? That's not just an altruistic question. That is actually a question that's designed to be able to create results for you. Because the law of reciprocity states that when you support another to achieve, they're going to be inclined to help you. I took a life class several years ago, many, many years ago. And my coach, Matt O'Donnell, asked me a question. He said, Dan, what do you want out of life? What do you really want out of life? And I said to him, I said, well, Matt, I want to have a relationship with my family, with my mom, my dad, and my brother. And, you know, brother's obviously well grown, and my mom and dad, you know, my dad split from us when I was 10 years old. And so, you know, long, long ago, lived their separate pathways. And Matt says, well, what would that look like? I said, well, it would look like we have a conversation once a week, and it's a no BS conversation. And it's actually a meaningful conversation. And Matt says, well, I can help you get that. If I gave you coaching for you to take some activity, for you to take some action, would you follow it blindly? I trusted Matt. I said, yes. Here was Matt's prescription. Matt said, for the next 1 year, I want you to call them 3 times a week, each one of them. And I want you to have a deep, meaningful conversation where you inquire about what's going on in their lives. Well, guess what? Before I went through that exercise, I had no relationship with them. Today, my mom lives like 100 yards right over here in a home that I built for her that's connected to my home with a bridge. I live on this big 5-acre lot, and my mom literally lives with me. That went from like no relationship to a deep, meaningful relationship, simply because of the law of reciprocity, because I gave more than what I wanted back. Now, in something that was unexpected, I actually got more in return than what I even wanted. How will I have the best day of my life today? Well, guess what? Why not? Why not today be the best day of your life? So for me, I'm going to choose for every day to be the best day of my life because today's the only day that I know that I've got. I know that everyone here right now, this moment in time, you're here. So let's make that the very best. You get the choice. How will I make good choices today? I developed this when I was coaching my young daughter, Maggie, when she was maybe about 3 years old. She's 12 years old now. She's almost time for her to start using this because I would ask her every morning, I say, hey, sweetie, how will you make good choices today? Because I was not raising 3-year-old Maggie, 4-year-old Maggie, 5-year-old Maggie at the time. Instead, I was raising 16-year-old Maggie, which she's closer to 16 today than she is 5. Because I knew that when she gets into that stage of socialization, meaning that the peers have more impact over her than daddy, that I want to program her to make good choices. And I trust her to make good choices today, and she does. She's only gotten in trouble one time ever. You guys want to know what she got in trouble for? Remember, I got this really, really long driveway out here, and I come home late one night, and I'm driving into the driveway, and I see what I thought was chalk. You know, like her friend was over. I thought it was chalk lines on the driveway. I don't think much of it. I come up, park in the garage up here. Next morning, I come out, and guess what? The chalk's still there. Well, guess what? I realized that the chalk was not chalk. It was spray paint. And I was like, okay. So I get out. I looked at it. Well, you know what she said on the spray paint? Have a great day. And then she says, Maggie was here. I said, well, sweetie. I said, sweetie. You were with your friend Danica. I said, you were supposed to put Danica was here. Don't say Maggie was here. Now you can't deny it. You don't have plausible deniability, right? I got to teach the kid, right? So anyways, but here's what she did. Because I said to her, I said, sweetie, I said, you're going to help me clean this up. And she said, Dad, I messed up. She took responsibility. And she said, Dad, I will help you clean it up. She took care of the problem. As a professional coach, I can't tell you how often I have adults not take responsibility. I have adults make a mistake and not clean up their mess. I was so proud of at the time she was about 9 years old. I was so proud of my 9-year-old daughter because she took that action. How will you make good choices today? You get to choose that. And then the last question I ask on a daily basis is, where will I get my next listing from? And I genuinely ask myself that question. I asked myself that question last night. I came up with 2 answers. You may not always come up with an answer, but it doesn't matter because what you're doing when you're asking yourself that question intentionally is you're programming yourself so that you're more aware of where the listings are. If you merely teach yourself during this class to ask yourself that question, where will my next listing come from? I promise you, you'll find 6 or so listings in the next year just by asking yourself that question, because you'll program yourself to find it. I want to share with you a video here and let you know that you can make more money and have a more significant impact than you currently do. And I want you to listen to Jessica and some other people to share with us about their experience with CPI coaching.
Hey, Jessica Peterson here with eXp Realty out in Florida. I just wanted to hop on really quick and give a big shout out to Dan. I always say Dan the man in regards to his CPI certification. So Dan, I am grateful for you because I came to you a little unclear of what was the best ideal team structure for myself and my customers. And after, working with you on that team structure, it was amazing. It went so well along with my other mentor at eXp, talking with you. It just came up with the right perfect solution and what I was looking for. So anybody who's looking at building a team, definitely talk with Dan. He is someone who has some amazing insight, and he's been amazing himself at it. I also, through the journey, discovered that Dan's wisdom and insight was very valuable for new agents. I was sitting here thinking, wow, this is some really good information. So thank you, Dan, for stepping forward, creating this certification, and allowing me to go ahead and be a part of it. And anyone who connects with you will definitely be wowed.
All right. So that's Jessica from the Florida market, and she took the CPI certification, which I'll tell you about how you can take the 3-day CPI certification. I'll tell you about that on Thursday. Who will you choose to be? When you think about the NFL, when you think about Super Bowl teams, every NFL team has skilled players. Would we all agree to that? I mean, some of you, some fans may differ on that, but every single NFL team has really, really highly skilled people. It's the difference between who they choose to be versus what they do of really what makes them the elite, of really what makes the Super Bowl champion. So I want you to ask yourself the question, who do I need to be? So we're talking about setting, yesterday we talked about why you're doing what you're doing, and now we're going to transition that into what do you want to achieve? Okay, so whatever it is that you want to achieve over the next year, then I want you to ask yourself the questions, who do I need to be to accomplish this goal? What do I need to do to accomplish this goal? And what do I need to have to accomplish this goal? And what will I have as a result once this goal is accomplished? We talked about being. So let's start with defining who you're going to be. And I'm going to go into the doing. So we're actually going to go through a little bit of the tactics today. But to remind you, the tactics are taught on the online class. And today you're going to start getting the videos for how to do that. But we will touch base on the tactics somewhat today as well. Who I choose to be is I choose to be loving. I choose to take a stand for others and the greatness that they possess. I choose to be a servant leader and approachable and charismatic and engage and attract others to be resilient and be willing to fail and be willing to succeed. I choose to be authentic and visible and to choose to provide contribution and value to others. And I choose to be committed to lifelong learning and to teaching. So I'm going to ask for you to consider as a part of your homework today, if you haven't already done so, to write down who you choose to be. And I want you to embrace the online training, because that is an exercise that we went through on the online training yesterday about who you choose to be. So what will you choose to do? Today, we're going to identify one tactic to do, and we're going to introduce you to the secret sauce. And I want you to know that I believe in you. I want you to know that you can do this. And the fact that you're here today demonstrates and proves that you have the right to be able to believe in yourself. So let's talk about what you can do to be able to make sales. What are some of the top performers? What do they all have in common? Tom Brady, I love football. LeBron James, Serena Williams, they all have a coach. So you may have already noticed that doing things by yourself, doing things independently without the qualified help needed results in a minimal return. You've probably already noticed that. That's why those, including myself, I've got 5 coaches in my life. My goodness. Because I know that I'm a business person first and a real estate agent second. And I do the actions. I take the actions that a business person takes. So if you believe in yourself and you get the right help for you to succeed, you will have success. And on Thursday, I'm going to apply for the job to be that right help for you. Some of the things that I choose to do, and then we're going to talk about your options of what to do, is to communicate with vision every day in a manner so that others can see opportunities for themselves. To have a vision that's large enough that others can understand that that is a vehicle for them to have their success. By the way, if you're in Virginia, Maryland, or DC, and you're looking for an opportunity with a great sales team, hit me up. I'd love to talk to you. I choose to lead from results. Excuse me. To hold others accountable. We're taking the actions that will cause them to achieve their goal, and to actively listen, and to hold the space for others to step into their greatness. And I choose to teach often. Now, I also choose to intentionally create great relationships with the right people and know whose lives I will alter their lives in and who will alter my life. And I choose to take time off to shamelessly promote my businesses without being obnoxious, to cherish others, and to seek business opportunities every single day. So during this class, I'm giving you 3 options of what you can choose to do. Tactic number 1 is the for sale by owner, the easy way. Tactic number 2 is the Facebook lead generator. Tactic number 3 is the CPI open house. And then it's a secret sauce of video conversion. So we're going to go through those tactics right now, even though on the training portal, you're going to dive deeper into those tactics. Some of you may not go into the training portal. And if that's you, then I'm sorry, that sucks, right? Go to the training portal. But if you're going to, that's where the good stuff is, by the way. But I want to at least give you just like a general highlight. Okay. So if you've still not selected your way yet, I want to go through these and help you with this. So the for sale by owner, if you're ready to take a listing today, and you're ready to if you're a relational person, then I'm going to recommend the for sale by owner training portal. If you're willing to invest a small amount of money and you're willing to call internet leads, then I would say use tactic number 2, which is the Facebook lead generator. And if you enjoy quality relationships, if you are somebody who, give warms and fuzzies when you come into the room, then I would say use the CPI open house technique. Now, only choose one tactic this week. And if you want to do the second or the third, do that next week. But this week, only choose one. So, are you guys ready for me to teach you the for sale by owner class, by the way?
Yes.
I'm going to teach you the world's fastest for sale by owner class. You ready for it?
Let's go.
Let's go. If I was to introduce you to somebody who 100% wants to sell their house, and they've not yet hired an agent, would you want me to introduce them to you? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
For sale by owner class done. Next. That is a for sale by owner who I just described. Now the challenge is how do you get them to hire you? Well, again, on the training portal, we'll go through this step by step, but I'll give you some broad brush strokes today. So let's do some math before we go into, how to do this. So the math is for every for every 7 people that you meet, 1 person will hire you. So if you want to take 50 listings in the next year, you simply have to meet with 7 for sale by owners this week. You'll take 50 listings. Who here would consider that a winning year? 50 listings. Okay. But here's the objections you're going to give me. There are no listings. There are no FSBOs in my marketplace. The FSBOs eat their young. The FSBOs don't want to talk to me. I get all that. You're going to go out and you're going to meet with a FSBO and they're going to shut you down. I was coaching an agent last week, and she was saying to me, she says, Dan, I've only gotten hired once. I said, okay. I said, well, tell me, how many have you gone and visited? Guess what? How many she went to visit? 7. And she got hired 1 time. I'm like, why are we focused on the 6 that said go away? You got hired once. Go meet another 7 and get hired again. So that's the math. Now, how do you get their appointments? Step number 1 is you go on to the free resources like Zillow, Military by Owner, Houseo, FSBO.com, FSBR.com, etc. And you get their contact information. You could also, I put together a list where I negotiated good rates for you that you can pay a little bit of money to be able to get their data. It's easier. And you can go to the website, cheaplistingtools.com is the website that I'm going to ask for you to go to. And you can get the discounted rate that I was able to provide for some of those lead generator providers. So step one is to get the contact information. And let's put that in the chat there for them if you haven't already, cheaplistingtools.com. Step number 2 is book an appointment with the seller using the following script. You guys ready for this script? You're going to text this to them. You're not going to call them. You're going to text this to them. Mr. For Sale by Owner. Is 123 Main Street still available? This is Dan Rochon from ABC Realty. And they're going to say whatever they're going to say, and you stay on your script. You say, great. If I were to bring you a buyer, would you pay X% compensation? Or would you pay X% finder's fee? Don't say commission. Okay, do not say commission. Say compensation or finder's fee. Whatever they say fantastic. Can we meet on Tuesday or Thursday? So again, I'm Dan Rochon, ABC Realty. Is 123 Main Street still available? They answer whatever they say. Say, if I were to bring you a buyer, would you pay X% compensation or X% finder's fee? And then say, I can stop by Tuesday or Thursday. What's best for you? Now, when you go there, your job is to not get the listing. Oh, that's weird, huh? What the heck's this guy talking about? When you go there, your job is to create the relationship. And in fact, about 3/4 of the way, what I do is I take, I don't have one printer right now, but I've got a For Sale by Owner help kit. And I take the For Sale by Owner help kit and I give it to the For Sale by Owner. And I say, Mr. For Sale by Owner, I'm not here to beg you for your listing like those other agents. By the way, you just sabotaged all of them. You sabotage all your competitors by saying that to them. I'm not here like those other agents to beg you for your business. Instead, I'm here to be able to help you sell this on your own. In fact, I put together a help kit, a guide to show you how to sell this on your own. This is going to walk you through it step by step. It's going to show you all the forms that you're going to need. It's going to show you the best times to do open houses, how to advertise on Facebook, all the pitfalls and how to avoid those pitfalls. It has resources of the top-notch vendors that can come out and do a 360-degree tour of your home using what's called the Matterport, which is the technology that will allow for them to do the blueprint of your home, so a consumer can come in and look at it, through visually in that way. Why would I put this help kit together for you? Because now here's the key to this. Because, Mr. For Sale by Owner, I know that oftentimes people will start to sell on their own and they end up hiring an agent. I'm here to be able to help you. And if at any time in the future you decide to list your house, I would just like the opportunity to apply for the job. Is that a fair exchange? Yes, yes. Okay. And if you want to get the For Sale by Owner help kit that I use, Leslie will put a link there that you can get to For Sale by Owner. That is the key ingredient to getting hired for 1 out of 7. And by the way, 1 out of 7 that you text will meet with you as well. So in other words, if you want to get hired 50 times this year, you're going to have to find 49 people every single week to text. Once you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to follow up with them through time by giving them value and contributing to them. In the training portal, I'll show you how to do that. When you implement this strategy, you can have what Tom has. I want to tell you about Tom's one of our CPI students, and he's been an agent for about 8 years, and his wife worked for a local bank here. Tom was struggling in sales. He was making some sales, but he wasn't making the money that he wanted to make. And so he wanted to be able to start saving up for his daughter's he has a 7-year-old daughter. He wanted to be able to start saving up for her college. And so he also wanted to be able to take her to Disney. He took this 5-day boot camp. He hired me in the 27 days to no broke months for me to help him in his business. He took the CPI certification. I'll tell you all about that on Thursday. Last year, Tom took his daughter and his wife on that Disney cruise. He has a 300% increase in his business, a 3 times income that he's bringing in today. I want to introduce you to another one of our students, Fran, and you can listen to her share her experience. And as you watch this video, you're going to realize that even if you have a doubt, like Fran did, she still got the appointment. So you, even if you doubt, you can still take the action like Fran did. So listen to Fran, please.
Negativity from it, which is fine. Chose to do the text to FSBOs. I got some negativity from it, which is fine. Some of them are listing or already listed, but positivity, I did get an appointment for Friday. So I have a listing appointment for Friday. I am meeting with one of my for sale by owners. So I'm excited about that.
All right. So even when Fran had some doubt, she still got the appointment. So what you want to understand is you're going to have doubt, you're going to have rejection, you're going to have pushback. But the reality of it is the reason why yesterday we did the exercise about why you're selling real estate. We put it on that yellow sticky note, because when you have that rejection, when you have that doubt, when you have that negative experience, I want you to look and say, why the heck am I doing this? Well, for me, I'm doing it so I can afford to pay for my daughter's private school. That's why I do it. Maybe it's like when I started, you're doing it so that you don't have to go wait tables. Whatever it is, whatever the reason that you're doing, I want you to have a major focus on that. Let's talk about the Facebook lead generator strategy. I want to do the math on this. So first of all, high level overview. Again, we go through this in depth in the training portal. A high depth overview. The Facebook lead generator. What you're going to do is you're going to advertise a home for sale on Facebook. The consumer's going to come. They're going to click on that home. You're going to get their information. You're going to give them a call. That's the strategy. About $2 per lead. So let's do some math on this. For every 100 leads that you get, one will hire you, which means 99 times you're going to get rejected. And of that one that hires you, you'll go to closing within 90 days. Now, within that bucket of 100, there are 3 to 4 that will hire you within the next 18 months. But the challenge is it's near impossible to be able to follow up with them, which is why we offer the CPI CRM, which has all the lead flows, has all the follow-ups, has all the consulting, has all of the workflows to be able to make sure that those 3 to 4 don't get away from you. And so what we want to focus on right now is not necessarily those 3 or 4 for the next 18 months. You get the CPI CRM, it's affordable. You can get that to be able to track your leads. But what we want to focus on right now is we want to focus on the one that's in front of you today. So for $200, it's going to cost you to be able to get rejected 99 times and get a paycheck for $10,000. To me, that seems like a good deal. But guess what you have to do? You got to call them as quickly as possible. You got to call the leads when they come in. You got to be ready to know that 99 of them are going to be BS. And if you sit there and say, these are crappy leads, let me tell you, every single lead that you ever get is a crappy lead. Every single lead, except for the ones that aren't. You understand that? I hope right now I just revealed something to you. Never again can you ever say, well, that's a crappy lead. They're all crappy leads, except for the ones that aren't. So Facebook lead generator is one that our student Jackie uses. And when I met Jackie, she was confused, she was broken, she was scared. And she did not think that she could be successful as a mom of 3 and being the only source of income. She had I forget her son's name, but he was like 16. And he was basically like the man of the family, and then the 2 younger daughters. And he was way too young to be the man of the family. Let me tell you like that. And Jackie was afraid that she wasn't going to be able to make ends meet. She took the 5-day boot camp like you are. She enrolled into our 27 days to no broke months, took the CPI certification, and Jackie, increased her sales by 251%. This could be you. You can have what Jackie has, and you can have the freedom, the money, and the choices that Jackie now has. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, one of our students, Efren, and he's going to share about his experience with the CPI community.
Finding a coach that has been through it all, has been through the trenches, is hard enough as it is, right? Because there's so many shiny objects out there. You don't know what's what. It's old and old antiquated tactics and things like such. And it's not really sustainable to today's marketplace. With the CPI community and Dan Roshan, what they go ahead and do and have done is broken down step by step how to build a business, because the real estate aspect as it is, the transactional side of it, that's pretty easy. You can figure it out. However, building out a business from mindset to processes to team building and even investment and so on and so forth, you will get from this program. And I want to say, if it's hard enough to find someone that's been in the trenches, look no further, because Dan Roshan is in the trenches.
All right, so that's Efren talking to us about his experience with CPI community. And let me talk to you about the open house as the last of the tactics. Again, this is broad brushstrokes today, 30,000 feet. Go to the training portal to get the training. I know a lot of you are having some challenges with that. Leslie will make sure that you get the guidance here shortly. Okay, in 18 minutes, she'll make sure she guides you on that. Who should use the tactic for open house? We already talked about that. That's for those of you who are engaging, who make people really, really feel good about themselves. And where do the listings come from the open house strategy? The listings come from the neighbors, the nosy neighbors, which a lot of agents discount. That's who you want. Let's do some math, some open house math. Would you guys believe that on average, 5 groups of people will come through an open house? Does that make sense to you guys? Thereabouts? Yes, yes, yes. If 5 people will come through a house, let's say half of them are represented by an agent. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. Now, stick with me here. If I ask for you to do 4 open houses a weekend, every weekend for the rest of your career, if this was your tactic, first of all, your first thought is like, you're freaking crazy, dude. Who would ever want to do 4 open houses? Well, let's do the math. How many hours would that take? What do you guys think? How many hours would it take to do 4 open houses a weekend?
Is it 20? Because you do 3 to 4 hours per open house.
I'm going to say 16. 16. I'm going to say 4 hours per open house. You're going to do 2-hour open houses. You guys buying that? So that gives you 2 hours to set up, take down, 2 hours to set up, take down. That's 4 hours. You're going to meet on Saturday, 10 people. On Sunday, you're going to meet 10 people. That's 20 people you'll meet this weekend. Of those 20, 10 are already represented. 10 are not. You do this for an entire month. That means you'll meet 80 people. 40 are represented, 40 are not. Is there anybody here that could not close more than 1? Or, I mean, would you at least be able to close 1 if I gave you 40? Like, even if you suck, right? Like, even if you're the worst agent in the planet, 1. Now let's continue doing the math. We all know it's going to be more than 1, but let's just say 1. So we gave you 16 hours of work a weekend to get 40 buyers. We're only going to close 1 of them. That's $10,000 right there. 16 hours of work, weekend 1, 16 weekend 2, 16, 16. That is 64 hours of work for $10,000. Who's got a calculator? What's 10,000 divided by 64? Somebody, please, real quick. 10,000 divided by 64. What you guys got? Who's got a number for me?
156.25.
150. Hey, Marsh, I didn't see you there. $156 an hour. What do you guys think about that? That's your worst. You close 2 of them, you're making $300 an hour. You close 4 of them, you're making $600 an hour. You know, I got a good friend who's a heart surgeon. And 2 years ago, we were sitting poolside. And somehow or another, I found out about how much money he makes. Do you know what amazed me? I make more. I make more money than a heart surgeon. So can you. Right? I'm just a formerly drunk waiter. But you got to do the work. I'm not asking for a lot, but if you actually like look at this in reality and you connect the dots, you're like, holy crap, like I can do that. I want to share with you about our student Mary, and then we'll go through the secret ingredient. Mary has been an agent since 2013. She's struggled in the past. She did have some sales, but she really thought like I'm not worthy. She had an ex-husband who was a jerk that she wanted to prove wrong, but she had a fire in her belly. And she attended all 5 days of the 5-day event, just like you are. She discovered her way of doing open houses. She went on to join the CPI community, got 27 days to no broke months, and she increased her sales by 251%. This could be you. I want to share with you a secret sauce of sending video texts. Many of you before the class and during the class have received a video from me, and many of you sent me a video as well. And for those that sent me a video, thank you very much, because I feel like I know you better. And hopefully you feel like you know me better as well. And I want to invite for you today, between now and tomorrow, to send 10 video messages to somebody on your Facebook. To be able to do that, you just simply take out your phone, you go to your Facebook app, you go to your messages, you message that person, you hit video, and you record to be able to send them something about what's going on in their life, which you can easily find out on Facebook. And you just sort of say, hey, Angela, it's Dan Roshan. Just saw that you got a new puppy there. That's freaking awesome. Just want to say hello and just stay in touch. That's it. I'm not saying anything about business. Nothing about business. Nothing about business. Nothing about business. I promise you that when you do that, and you do that 10 times a day in your career, even if you did it 3 times a day in your career, you'll get business. By the way, I do it 5 times a day in my business, and I get business from it. I do that. It takes me about maybe 10 minutes to do that, and I get business from it. So you're going to send them that daily text message. You can just sort of say, hey, I was thinking about you. Want to say hello, comment on the latest post that they put on Facebook, express your gratitude, acknowledge any tough times that they may be sending. And these are the types of things that you're going to be able to share with them. You can just ask, how was your family? How's your trip to, Toledo? How was your weekend? Etc. Who are you going to text? Past clients, friends, old family, gym, friends, neighbors, etc. You're going to celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, etc. New beginnings, whatever the case may be. And that is your homework for today. I got one last video to show you, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. And then Leslie will show you the how to be able to navigate through the portal. Les, are you with us?
Continue sending out the video text messages, and got a call from a past client who said, it's funny, I've been thinking about you. We think we want to sell our house. Can you come by and take a look? Continues.
I made about 12 videos and sent them out via Facebook Messenger.
Yes, I need control of this.
I had a few responses. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear in this moment. And then from that, they brought up real estate. I didn't bring up real estate. So that keeps my name on top of mind for them. So it was a win-win. It's going to be nothing but good. I mean, I'm blessing someone by giving them a positive word, and we're building relationship.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for attending today. Go into your CPI training portal, and we will show you how to do that right now. If Les, are you with us, Les?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Les is going to jump into the training portal there. Until tomorrow, I want to invite for you guys to have the best day of your life. Be grateful, make good choices, go help somebody, and go find a listing. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Messages on the CPI group. If you need some help, we're there for you. And Les will hang tight to make sure that you're good to go. God bless you guys.
Hi, everyone. Is you can throw out any questions that you guys have about the training portal, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions. All good from Daryl. Anyone?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. So our team actually receive a lot of inquiries about where to access the training portal, and where are the recordings. So I know all of us are busy, so I just want to show you real quick where you can access it. So So this is what it looks like when you click your magic link. Some of you, I sent it via DM, their magic link. So when you click that, you're going to be redirected into this page. And then below here are the day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. Of course, you already have an access to day 1. Day 2, I believe you already have access right now. Day 3 and day 4 will be available tomorrow. So when you scroll down, you can see here in the footer, the all replays. All you have to do is click that, and then it will redirect you to this page. Day 1 replay already has a recording from yesterday. Day 2, I will upload it no later than today. Just like yesterday, I will send a notification in our group chat for you guys to be informed that it's already up and you can check it through your training portal. Is there any questions that I can answer while I'm here? On? Okay. I think that I have not been accepted to the Facebook group.
Is there more detail on the different tactics in the training videos? I didn't really see those.
Yes. So when you click the day 2, so let me show you. So this is the day 2 training portal. So you can please watch the video, Dan has some message in there. And then here are the detailed step-by-step guide on how to do the tactic that you will choose for this week. So this one is the fistbow. So there are 2 videos. There's also a text script that you can use. You can also download the fistbow help kit here. So if you weren't yeah.
Question with that Fizbo help kit, when we download, do we pay for that or that?
Yes. So
you have to pay.
Yes, when you click that, it will redirect you to a landing page where it gets your information and to pay for it. So, and then we'll send you an email on how you can access it and customize it based on your market.
Oh, and that is it's a link that we can, once we buy and download, can you click it? Once we buy and download that, we'll have
Yes.
access to that all the time, or
Yes.
all the time.
Yes, it will be yours permanently. So you'll have access. So you just click get the Fistbow, and then it will redirect you to the order page. You just have to fill it out, and then that's it. So going back to Leo,
If you're part of the VIP, do you get that included or is that extra?
I think that's an extra.
Okay.
So going back with the tactics, you can see here the detailed version of the tactic number 2. Please watch the videos, and then if you choose CPI open house, here are the instruction, and then the instruction will be continued for tomorrow. That is day 3. That will be available 12:45 tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw some question. Let me check. Armando. Okay. Armando, if you could actually search for this email in your Gmail or whatever email you have, So that's the from address of the emails that we have, but I'm happy to send you directly your magic link as well. Same with Janet and Richard. So, okay. Okay, I got all of your informations and expect it to be sent out later, right after this call. Okay, I got you to Kalita. Is there anything else that I can help you with in terms of navigating the portal? I guess we're good. Okay. Thank you so much for paying attention to Dan today, and I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you.